Boom! It's movie time, my people, and the critics have a symbol, of course. There they are right there. To take a ride with the new Dumbo, to make a reservation with Hotel Mumbai, but most of all, to help you keep your facts straight when it comes to Hummingbird. Absolutely straight.
How straight are we talking about here?
Whatever's in the way, we gotta dig through. It's gotta be a totally straight line.
Mountains, straight. Rivers, straight. Swamps, straight.
Straight.
So let me get this straight. Jesse Eisenberg's in another computer-related movie? Oh, it's just the Hummingbird Project.
Okay, then what happens?
Switch off the lights.
Lights will be shined on this intense thriller based on true events that happened at Hotel Mumbai. This film is worth checking in.
Welcome, baby Dumbo. We're all family here, no matter how small.
And there's a new Dumbo in the Disney family as director Tim Burton brings the live-action version to the big screen. But will this film
Fly, Dumbo. Fly.
Critically speaking, now?
Baby of mine.
That was one of my favorite songs from the 1941 original Baby of Mine. We'll get to that a little bit later, but first, welcome aboard. Critically Speaking is a show that is all about movies. I am your host, Lee Thomas. And joining me, the usual suspects. Adam Graham reviews movies for the Detroit News. Tom Santilli, the national film critic for Access.com. Yay, Dumbo! Not really, but I just felt like saying that. Yeah.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. All right, gentlemen, you know how we start the show. It's the business of filmmaking, our upcoming movies that have caught our attention. And this one definitely got my attention and our movie buzz. Now, movie fans, listen up. If you plan to go see the latest Avengers movie, make sure you take a lunch. Use the bathroom first. The film will run a whopping 3 hours and 2 minutes. I'm going to say that again. 3 hours and 2 minutes. Now this makes the longest superhero movie ever, passing The Dark Knight Rises, which was 2 hours and 45 minutes. But I actually like that movie. Still, even with 3 hour runtime, experts are predicting Endgame will be the highest grossing film ever, and could break opening weekend records currently held by, of course, Infinity War. To my critics we go. Does it matter to you that it's longer than 2 hours and 30 minutes? I say yes. We spend a lot of time in the theater. They better have a great movie for over 3 hours. Are you kidding me? Adam Graham, where are you with 3 hours and 2 minutes?
I hope we do the movie watch on Avengers Endgame that week so I can be like, well.
Give me a second.
That's a lot. And I understand that they're combining, 21 previous films or whatever, or is this number 21? But it just seems like a lot to sit through for 3 hours and 2 minutes. I'm not stoked about this. I almost wish I didn't know the running time going in, so I wouldn't be looking at my watch. But now that I know it's going to be 3 full hours, I'm sitting there, I'm dreading it already.
I know. Maybe I wish they wouldn't have leaked it. Maybe that's the case. If they would have just kept my attention for 3 hours and then I find out after.
Oh, that was 3 hours?
Yeah, that would be better.
No.
I know a guy who's like, ooh, 3 hours, give me 4. And I think it's Tom Santilli. Where are you at, Tom?
Yeah, right.
Well, first of all, with how good the last Avengers movie is, I think that the fact that it was great. I don't know if Adam has some issues over there. Might want to get him some gas pills or something. But
some Gas X.
Yeah, some Gas X. So anyway, I'm really pumped about this based on how good the last movie was. But here's the thing, guys. When did we start getting mad about 3 hour movies? As long as they're good. Some of my favorite movies of all time are 3 hours long. Braveheart, I can go on and on and on with all these. Godfather, all these movies are really good. They're 3 hours long. If it's terrible, we're going to wish it was 45 minutes long.
Well, I'll tell you when we started getting angry with 3 hour movies, when they started making 3 hour movies, because I don't want to see a movie for 3 hours.
They've been doing it forever.
Give me 2.5. I want to know it's 3 hours after I walk out. Do not tell me beforehand. They never should have let that leak, in my opinion. But hey,
The Godfather and Braveheart were taking on weightier subject matter than superheroes flying around.
But there's a lot of 3 hour movies, is my point, and a lot of them are good. If it just depends on how the quality is.
I love it when you guys are feisty. So let's talk about movies, huh? Let's do it. Let's jump right into the fray and talk about the film that it's about a real terrorist event, but this movie could have some cultural lessons. Take a look.
This is my pagadi. To us Sikhs it is sacred.
Yeah, this movie is sacred as well. While hiding, these different cultures have to come together in this tense drama called Hotel Mumbai. Plus, there's this.
No! He thinks it's a game.
This is not a game. It's another Dumbo. Right? The big-eared elephant is back on the big screen. We will see if this reimagination of a classic character will blow fans away, critically speaking, next. Yeah, this is one of my favorite original songs, a great memory from 1941's Dumbo. And it's one of the biggest differences from this brand new 2019 version of Dumbo. Now, this new film, it's not a musical. As a matter of fact, the animals don't talk at all. It does try to find some magic, and the magic actually happens as soon as Dumbo takes flight.
Fly, little one.
There's just something about watching a baby elephant fly with giant ears that just touches the heart. The magic is still in the motion with this 2019 baby elephant with big ears flying around the circus tent as Tim Burton tries to create this new world for Dumbo. This production does not have music, it's not a musical, it does not have talking animals, but there are moments of majesty and magic with brilliant colors that are created. On the whole, though, the film just feels flat. Each story arc really isn't satisfying or complete. Colin Farrell tries to infuse this heart in this one-armed father returning from the war. Doesn't work. Michael Keaton tries to be a lovable, bright-eyed businessman who's all about capitalizing on the novelty of a flying elephant. Kind of bad guy-ish. Just doesn't work. The character feels more like caricatures than real people. And I have to say, when they try to do something that they should not do with Dumbo, to me, never ride a baby elephant, it's just kind of, you know, dumb, bro. Get that? Anyway, even the computer-generated Dumbo is awkward. It never gains its footing. I give this one, mind you, it's a mild thumbs down. I think kids around the age of 6 and younger, right around 6, they might like it. For me, I had to sit through it. It wasn't unbearable, but it got a mild thumbs down. I actually looked at my watch at least 3 times. To the critics we go on this one. Tom, I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna bunt over to you first. What did you think of Dumbo? Was it dumb, bro?
It wasn't all dumb. It was a thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Not a super enthusiastic thumbs up, but a thumbs up nonetheless.
You got explaining to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. For Disney purists, like myself, I'm a huge Disney fan. I feel like people will like what they did with the story. They took the original Dumbo story and they made some much needed updates for like modern audiences, modern day times. If you go back and watch the original Dumbo, there's a lot of stuff in there that you may not want to see, or Disney might not be that proud of that back in the vault. But anyway, what I liked about it is that they honor the original. Like you said, Lee, it's not a musical, but they find ways to kind of get the main songs in there.
They did. The March of the Elephants got in there. Some of the good things got in there.
Yeah, and then also Tim Burton. I mean, this is a pure Tim Burton film. I usually criticize Tim Burton for his movies looking great. Like visually, they all look great, but they usually are all hollow to me.
That's like, the way this one felt.
Yeah, to me though, I felt like just the nostalgic connection to the character and was enough hearts to kind of pull this one through. I kind of agree with you though, like the whole Colin Farrell thing, the father storyline,
didn't work.
Didn't really work. This movie is over 2 hours long, which is way too long for a Dumbo retelling.
Yep.
So it's not perfect, but I felt like it stayed on the high wire enough. Dumbo, I like the CG Dumbo. I thought he was cute, and I think kids will like this movie, and I think Disney purists will as well.
Give it a grade.
I gave it like a B.
A B. All right, let's go over to Adam Graham on this one. Where are you at on, I feel it. Yeah, my man.
Here it comes.
Boom. There you go. See, I'm with him on that.
Nosedive.
I'll let you explain to Tom why, please.
Yeah, I thought that like a lot of what you said, Lee, this movie is flat. I felt like there was no magic. I thought that there was more magic in that clip that you showed from the 1941 in 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Than more than we get here. I think that this movie trades on a lot of the emotions and nostalgia and memories from that first film and uses those as kind of like a hack to get to where you want to be emotionally in this movie.
Right.
I don't think that Tim Burton does the things that are needed to be done to make you care about these characters or this elephant. I do think the elephant was very cute. I think everybody thinks the baby elephant is cute, and I don't really buy it when they put the elephant in front of the audience the first time and everyone laughs at the elephant. That might work in a cartoon where you can kind of make garish faces with the audience members. If you put out a baby elephant with giant floppy ears in front of an audience, what kind of cruel monsters would laugh at it?
The movie about a flying elephant isn't realistic enough for Adam.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like the emotions aren't realistic enough. And I think that Tim Burton has long since been the Tim Burton that we loved from like the Batman movies and Edward Scissorhands. He used to be this champion of outsiders, and now he's just kind of like a paycheck for hire guy. Didn't work, didn't like it.
Real
thumbs
quickly,
down on Dumbo.
give it a grade.
C minus.
C minus. I'm with him. C minus. Okay, let's move on to the next movie. Now to what I think is the best movie of the weekend. It's a tragic thriller based on real events as terrorists take over a hotel and a mom tries to get her newborn no matter what.
Stop it. Stop it, Miss Kashani. Miss Kashani, please stop it. Stop it.
Open it.
Please come and sit there, please.
I have to be with my family. Open the door.
I know it's hard, but police are very near now.
No one's coming.
Yeah, they realize no one is coming, and if you go through that door, that means you're shot on sight. This was a very real situation for hotel guests in Mumbai, 2008. This film captures this tense struggle with life and death decisions made by staff, made by guests on a 3-day-long siege, 4-day-long siege. Now, the film is intense and tough to watch at times with cultural lessons and life lessons delicately laced into this story. I love this movie. Dev Patel, Armie Hammer, Jason Isaac round out an international cast of stars. Hotel Mumbai, well done, well worth the time. Big thumbs up from me. To the gentleman we go. I give this one big ups, and I went to Tom first, so I'm going to you, Adam, first on this one. Where are you at in Hotel Mumbai? You checking in or out?
I'm checking in. This is a really good thriller. This is a really scary thriller about terrorism and how suddenly it happens and how terrifying and frightening it really is to be inside of a situation like this. The director does an incredible job of really placing you there and showing the kind of fear. He does a really good job of like just laying out the geography of the hotel in a sense, so you know where the guests are in relation to each other, and like he's got some shots like around corners where you can see what the guests can't see, and there's dudes with like machine guns standing there. There was a movie a couple years ago called Olympus Has Fallen, which also was like very real and almost too real, but like too real that where it became cartoony.
Right.
This is just you're in the moment. It reminds me of a Paul Greengrass movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Really scary, really real, really thrilling.
I agree.
Scary stuff.
It's a good one, and this is based on real events. Events. All right, Tom, where are you at on Hotel Mumbai?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I think that the Paul Greengrass reference is spot on by Adam. This movie has, it's one of those movies that you can't really unsee. I'm thumbs up, by the way. You can't unsee it. It's brutal. He kind of shows stuff that maybe other directors might not show. It kind of is a relentless. There's all this confusion, there's all this kind of stuff going on, but it kind of recreates again what it maybe feels like. Hopefully none of us ever know what it feels like to be in a situation like this. I should also point out that in researching this movie, I found out that the director, again, first-time director, he actually separated the actors that played the terrorists away from the actors that played the guests. They never allowed them to mix, just to create extra tension between the two of them. And also they would put off like gunshot noises, like unexpected around the actors, that would just to get like real reactions of fright and terror. Just a very, very well done film.
Yeah, it was a well done film. I'm glad you guys liked this one. It's 3 thumbs up for Hotel Mumbai. All right, let's move on to another movie out this weekend. Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson are lawmen that bring down Bonnie and Clyde in The Highwaymen.
You may have heard there was a prison break. It was Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, it's the story of the men that brought the notorious crime-committing lovers to justice. The Highwaymen is full of familiar faces, including Kathy Bates and John Carroll Lynch. It is streaming now on Netflix. Adam, you saw this one. Thumbs up or down?
Thumbs down. Kind of typical. Not enough there to really recommend it.
All right, Tom, you saw it as well.
Thumbs up. I thought Costner and Woody Harrelson were really compelling in this film.
And I thought I had you guys in agreement for like 2 seconds. All right, gentlemen, we'll talk about our next film coming up. It is The Hummingbird Project on The Movie Watch. Critically Speaking, next. Now to The Movie Watch. How many times did I look at my watch during your movie? This week, it's The Hummingbird Project.
Let's say.
Hey! Wait! What is this?
That's our resignation. Thank you for our employment.
Are you kidding
Oh, Jesse
me?
Eisenberg
No,
and
no.
Alexander Skarsgård, they're trying to be big money players in this high-frequency stock trading where millions are measured in milliseconds. But their former boss, played by Salma Hayek, has different plans. In this movie, computers and fiber optics, they speed stock trading so much that it makes a lot of money. It was cool to see The Social Network's Jesse Eisenberg in another high-stakes computer movie, but it isn't the same caliber as The Social Network. It gets very bogged down because the movie's really about these two guys laying fiber optic cable, and they tried to make it as exciting as possible, but for me, it just did not work. It takes a long time to get to a ridiculous end, and Salma Hayek's character just does not work. I give this film a mild thumbs down. I looked at my watch 3 times. Adam, you saw this one as well. It's just me and you on this one. Where are you at with The Hummingbird Project?
Now, surprisingly and fascinatingly, for a movie about laying fiber optic cable from New York to Kansas, I did not look at my watch, and I really liked this movie.
What?
I thought it was a really fascinating look. It's something I would have never thought about. It's not a true story, but the director really plays it like it is, which makes it really a really interesting kind of fable about greed and about how far people will go to gain the slightest edge over the competitors.
Yeah.
I do agree that I think Salma Hayek was kind of miscast in this. I don't think that she works, but I really like. It reminded me of the Big Short in a lot of ways.
Right.
And especially Alexander Skarsgård's character
like
reminded
his
me of
character,
Christian Bale's character in The Big Short, kind of like a savant with numbers who just kind of is in his own head a lot. And I like the interplay between him and Jesse Eisenberg. There's actually a lot of humanity in a movie about laying fiber optic cable. I'm thumbs up on it.
Well, it's a thumbs down for me and up from my man, but that's why you watch the show. That's why you watch the show. And respect as well. Another film out this weekend has Matthew McConaughey as a beach bum. Now, McConaughey plays this character, you love this one, called Moondog. It's a fun-loving, pot-smoking, beer-drinking writer. I don't wonder why Adam loves him so much. who lives on his own terms in Florida. Beach Bum also stars Snoop Dogg, Isla Fisher, Jonah Hill, Zac Efron. Rated R. Adam, how much did you love this one?
I haven't had this much fun watching a movie since Spring Breakers.
Nice. All right, my man, I love it. Coming up, the star of a film called The Mustang is king of the box office. Critically Speaking, next. Yeah, let's talk about that money penny that was made at the box office last weekend. And of course, Us, Jordan Peele's horror follow-up, made $71 million in the number 1 position. Captain Marvel made another $34 million, still doing very respectable in number 2 position. And Wonder Park made $8.7 million in the number 3 position. Who should win at the box office this weekend? And it may be closer than you think. BoxOfficeReport.com says Dumbo will win the weekend with $50 million, but they have to earn $40 million. Us should earn $40 million in its second weekend of release. So we'll see. Us might win again, but we'll see. Those are your numbers. All right, let's talk about our king of the box office. Person, place, or thing we think you should pay attention to. And for me, it's that woman right there. She is one of the stars of this new film, Hotel Mumbai. Her name is Nazanin Bhandiari. She is fantastic in this movie. She has a pivotal role, a lot of emotional lifting she had to do in this movie. Nazanin Bhandiari, you are my queen of the box office. Now to the critics we go. Tom, you're up first. Who is your king of the box office?
Boy, you had a hard name too. I'm about to try this out. Yeah, so mine is the actor Matthias Sonars, who is in the movie The Mustang. This is a great actor. You might have seen him in movies like The Danish Girl and also Rust and Bone, but he gives a really, really like just compelling, brilliant performance in this movie about a convict who is kind of lost, and of course nobody gets him, and he gets enlisted into this like horse training program that the prison puts on. Yeah. Bruce Dern's in the film as well. Nice. But this is just a quiet, compelling character study, and he is really good. I'm not going to say his name again, but he's really good.
Yeah, The Mustang is the film.
Yes, The Mustang.
All right, Adam, who's your king of the box office?
My king of the box office is the film called Screwball and director Billy Corbin.
Ooh, yeah, the baseball
movie. Yeah, this is a baseball movie about the steroid scandal and the kind of just Florida ridiculousness that unfolded with physicians and with A-Rod and with like professional tanners and Florida thugs. Yeah. They actually reenact all the scenes with children, and it's such a ridiculous story that it works. Screwball, I believe, is playing at Cinema Detroit.
Cinema Detroit, yep.
It's over the top, it's extremely funny, and it's well worth seeking out.
All right, gentlemen, one more question before I let you go, and you can just raise your hand to the affirmative. Who's as excited as I am about Shazam next week, right? You're not? You're not, Adam? Okay. All right, me and you, Tom, we're here, baby. We're here. We're here. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right, gentlemen, respect. I appreciate what you do each and every week. Good kick, man. And to you guys, as long as they keep making movies, we'll keep critically speaking about those films. Thank you for watching, and of course, next week, Shazam! I cannot wait for that movie, and I'll see you at the theater.